Welcome again. I want to share with you today with a quote that can help us resolve a lot of fights, especially within a household, but also on a job front. No one owes anything to anyone, no matter what. Such a simple quote, which can be controversial for some. When we hear it and we feel like somebody owes us, that definitely stirs some energy in us. But let's think about it for a moment. No one owes anything to anyone, no matter what. There is a lot of truth in that. And when we accept those words, there is a lot of freedom as well. I had a chance to test that quote a week ago, while I started noticing a change of energy in my body. The negative energy started building up in my system when I was cleaning the house, preparing for guests. And that task in itself has been extremely enjoyable for me. A lot of joy anticipating new visitors coming, planning in the head how we will spend time together. But at some point, I started feeling resentment towards my partner, who was not contributing as much as me into those chores. And that resentment started building up in my body. I could feel it. I could not only think it, but I could also feel it in my body. Like tightness, inner tightness, and anger. And at some point, I released my anger by talking to my partner in a harsh way, in this entitled way, in the way where I was putting myself as a victim, as someone who has it worse. But then that quote found me. No one owes anything to anyone, no matter what. And me approaching my partner with this anger, I felt like he owes me. I felt that injustice.
It's 11 hours.
I felt that it shouldn't be like that I'm doing so much and you are not doing anything. But the question really was not how much he did or didn't do. The question really was, what made me act the way I was acting? That's the question we need to ask ourselves, especially when we start feeling growing resentment, whether it's around cooking, cleaning, or tasks at work. When we catch ourselves feeling that growing resentment, it's time to stop doing what we are doing and take a new approach to that. Because the person we need to communicate with at that point is not our boss, colleague, sibling, partner, mother, father. It's us. Because ultimately, it's our choice to keep doing. And if we keep doing, feeling the resentment, that resentment shows us to stop, asks us to stop. And it's really good point to ask ourselves a question, why do we keep doing? What is the drive for us? I had to face that question. I had to ask myself, why do I keep doing, even though I feel growing resentment? What makes me do that? Oh, and there were so many stories. If I won't do, nobody will do. If that is not done, it won't be cozy. And the list goes on. But what I had to really say is like, Kasia, stop. You don't feel joy anymore. You don't have to do it. If you do it and that resentment keeps growing in you, you are not going to welcome your guests with joy and excitement. You're going to meet them with resentment. But who stands behind your resentment? I thought I can blame my boyfriend. No, the person who stands behind my resentment is me. And it's about taking that responsibility for us, for how we are feeling, for how we are reacting. A good question is also to ask where that entitlement feeling comes from. Why do I feel entitled to somebody helping me? When I was single, I never felt resentful when I was cleaning because there was nobody else to do it, right? As soon as some person appeared close by, so easy to blame. But we can't put that responsibility on somebody else. I can't put that expectation on somebody else because ultimately, if I want the space to look certain way, I can't expect that somebody else will have the same desire. And I can't feel angry at anybody for not fulfilling my desire. I'm responsible for my desire. We all are responsible for our own desires. So if I want a space to look specific way, feel specific way, I take full responsibility for that. So I either do it myself, I do it with breaks so I don't feel overwhelmed, or I hire a cleaner. Yes, of course, I can share with my desire with somebody else and I can ask for help, but this is asking for help openly. Would you mind? Would you help me? But even when I say that, I say it without the expectation that that person will take over the load that I'm feeling. It's ironic, but it's actually really selfish of us putting our expectations on others, wanting to have our desires filled, met, wanting to have our desires met. Next time you feel that growing resentment and you feel like that angry energy is building up in you and you are ready to explode, ask yourself, why do I want to explode? Do I have a desire that is not met? And what makes me put expectation on somebody else to meet my desire? That is selfish. That is extremely selfish. And we might think that it's not because, come on, we share the space together. Everybody should contribute equally. It's obvious. No, it's not. Where is it written that everybody should contribute equally? It's not. But when we learn to take responsibility for our desires and we find ways to have them met without expecting and putting that burden of expectation on others, our lives change. Our energy changes. And it's easy. Once we get that awareness, my desire has got nothing to do with another person. Because my sense of aesthetics can be completely different from other people. They're not responsible for my desires. Only I am. Only you are responsible for your desires. So I want to invite you today to reflect on your desires and how many people do you blame for not helping you meet them? And what can you do to meet them alone, yourself? And you might say, well, there's a reason why I'm not being single. There was a reason why I started a family, because of course I wanted to build something together. And yes, you are right. Building a family, we do build things together. But we don't have the same ways of looking at things. And if some things annoy you, doesn't mean that they annoy people who are around you. And it's only us who can change and make a difference. I hope this quote, no one owes anything to anyone, no matter what, is going to bring you a lot of freedom and joy into your life. Because really, what we can focus on instead is whatever you do next should be for joy it brings you. Whatever you do next should be for joy it brings you. And if cleaning doesn't bring you joy, stop cleaning. Stop putting that chore on somebody else. Let those dishes stay in the sink if you don't feel like cleaning right now. And don't feel like they will be waiting there for you. Maybe not. You don't know. Maybe somebody else will feel triggered by them and do the chore for you. Or maybe you will return to it with joy later on when you feel like your batteries got charged. It's not about taking all the chores on our shoulders, taking all difficult tasks on our shoulders. No, it's not about that, but it's about making choices and taking responsibility for our choices and recognizing that this is my need, this is my desire. How can I make it? How can I meet it? Okay? No one owes anything to anyone, no matter what. With that thought in the background, we get empowered. We get freedom. We get joy back to our lives. So stop comparing. Let's stop blaming. Let's stop judging. Let's stop expecting and feeling entitled. And ask ourselves instead, why is it important for me? And can I do it in a different way? And can I stop doing now and return to it when I feel better? And also, it's worth asking a question, why do I do those things? And what do I make it mean? When you catch yourself doing, thinking, I need to do this needs to look like that, this needs to be like that. There are a lot of stories behind our belief that it needs to be done. What are you scared of? Are we scared of that we will be judged? Are we scared of that somebody will like us less? Are we scared of that we will make a bad impression? Are we scared of that people will think we are lazy? Are we scared of that our life won't look perfect? What are we scared of? Are we scared of that it will never be done? Are we scared of that people take advantage of us? When you think that people take advantage of you, it's more about you than them, because it's only you that can let somebody else take advantage of you. It's your energy that you resonate with that gives that permission to others. But if you are strong in yourself, confident, nobody can take advantage of you. We can make sure that we don't leak our power and make responsible choices for our next steps in a daily routine. So, the quote for today, no one owes anything to anyone, no matter what. Let those words guide you. Experiment, observe yourself. Be compassionate toward yourself, be patient, but approach life today and tomorrow through the filter of those words and see how it changes the perspective of your daily life. Those words can trigger you. I understand that. They can be easy in some situations and extremely hard in others. I understand that. I've been there and I'll probably be there many times more. Let's play while our consciousness is expanding. Thank you for your time today and see you soon. Have a wonderful, wonderful week. Take care. Bye.